came today. My husband, it was kind of his dream when he read this in the newspaper to get on the plane, and I was like, absolutely. His dad was in World War II and flew on this plane, and we'd always heard bits and pieces of stories about what he had been through being stationed in North Africa. He didn't really talk about it till he got quite elderly, and he passed several years ago. And you know, I was fully supportive of my husband going on the flight, and I'll take pictures, and I knew he was just looking forward to this. But coming out here today and seeing the size of the plane, there's a picture that we've had forever of him in front of his plane, and years ago when he was still alive, I did a shadow box of a couple of his medals and a picture and his wings, and I did it for my mother-in-law and him to hang in their apartment. And so every time we go home to Wisconsin to visit, I always look at the picture, and we always talk about him having been in World War II and how they met. But just seeing it today and how relatively small it was, to think a 10-person crew was on that plane, just literally gave me chills. I remember stories of him talking about sitting there looking out the window and the bullets literally coming close to his head through because they were shot up. But just seeing how thin the plane's shell is and just how rough everything was, I've always had a great respect for him and what he did, and knew it was amazing. He never talked about it like a big ego. It was more like, this is what I did, I got my mission done, and it was just something he had done. It was never to brag. But to see the actual plane, or the type of plane that he flew in now, is just riveting. To see it, to hear it, I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine the courage that those young, they were babies, they were young 20-somethings, and I just think about kids today relative to what these guys did, and it was just such a different generation, and a lot of them did come back. You know, if him not come back, my husband wouldn't be here, my in-laws, you know, the in-laws, the nieces, nephews may not have been here, my daughter might not have been here if things had gone differently. And all the people that aren't here because of it. It just, you see it in the movies, but when you actually hear the plane and see it up close, it's a whole different experience.